Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Either way, I'm super happy you're here. Let's unpack our Nailzinacoffin monthly bundle. This is July's bundle and the theme was bees. And spoiler alert, it is amazing. So I have mentioned in the past video that they are a little bit different. She did kind of revamp the entire monthly bundles, and they won't come with dips anymore. In fact, they come with the decals only if you do a one-time purchase, but you can add on one of the two cuticle scents. They come in little sampled 1mm dropper bottles. They're amazing. If you subscribe to them monthly, you will get this exact thing that I'm opening right now. So the two, you'll get both scents in the 1mm, and you'll save 20% off by subscribing. If you do the one-time purchase, you can use the code COFFIN20 to save 20%. So either way you go, it's a win-win. The best thing about subscribing is you don't have to remember every single month to go order, and then if they do sell out, you don't miss out. So I highly recommend subscribing. They're super affordable and they're so adorable every month. I've never been disappointed ever. There has been themes that maybe aren't my exact kind of what I would normally pick, but that's what I love because it pushes me out of my comfort zone and makes me try new things. And I love that. And this theme was right up my alley. I loved it so much that I actually do a mani on both hands using decals from this bundle. So we will get into the one that I'm going to show you guys right now. And I'm sorry, I am a little bit congested because of course I have a chest cold on top of everything else I'm dealing with, because why not? It's 90 something degrees here. It's hot. Well, actually right now it's really nice and cool. In fact, I have a sweater wrapped around my legs because I'm a little chilly because it's early in the morning, but it's going to get really hot. So there's that. And yeah, so let's get into this. We're going to do 3 white and 2 gray. And I had a little trouble with the white. The one I'm using is not super opaque. It is a glow, which I do have a glow pick at the end, so stick around and you'll see that. So I did have to do 3 layers of the white, and I did 2 layers of the gray and a clear cap. I did not clear cap the white because I did 3 layers, and I just kind of buffed over it. They came out really smooth, so I didn't have to really worry about too much filing. But I wanted them to be as white as possible, but I didn't want them to be super thick. So no clear on that one. And just to clarify, the only reason I had to do 3 layers of the white is because these tips are like a nude color. They're actually my favorite tips. I don't use them very often because they're extremely long. I have to cut them down, reshape them, file, do a bunch of work, and I try to minimize the work I have to do on tips, but they do just fit my nails so well, and they're a little bit flatter. I will link them, but I like that they're a little flatter, especially because I'm doing them on my short, tiny little itty bitty nublets, and I don't use gel, so I don't have a lot of stuff to fill, when I use just regular glue or even the tabs. I don't have a big glob to fill in that, space between when you use the Gel X system or, that kind of stuff. So I really, really like these. I actually just bought a whole bunch more, some clear and some that are in a nude color. But they actually make them now where they're much they come pre-shaped and shorter. So I'm really excited for those because then I won't have to cut them down. I just, file around the edges and dip them and pop them on. So I can't wait to get those. See, hopefully they're very similar to this style where they're really flat. That's what I'm hoping for. Not really flat, sorry. I don't mean to say they're super flat, but they work much better for those of us that do not use gel to adhere our full cover tips. Okay, so with that said, I don't know where I'm at. Oh, I think I'm on the second layer of the white. Yes, I am. So once I'm done with this, then I will do the second layer of the gray. And then I will do the third layer of the white and the clear cap of the gray off camera just to save a little time so we can get into the decals. I'm really excited to get into the decals because they are a little different than past decals, and I do want to talk about that when we get there. But I wanted to take a second just to say thank you for everybody that commented and reached out about my last video. That meant a lot to me. I definitely don't put myself out there very much. I'm not very good at making myself a little vulnerable. I'm really glad that I did, and I will keep you guys posted about my lovely health issues with my uterus in the future. Right now I'm still kind of in limbo. I have not gotten the referral for the specialist, and my doctor's on vacation till the 19th. So I'm just stuck waiting. But with that being said, I'm feeling pretty decent right now. I've been controlling a lot of my symptoms with diet, so that has been really helpful. And luckily, it's not that time of the month right now, so it's not too bad. But I'm sure that's going to change here in the next week or so. But for right now, I'm just going to be grateful that I'm not in too much pain, other than this horrible cold thing that I have that's just wreaking havoc on my life. Why is it that when the sun comes out, we get sick? What sense does that make? We're supposed to feel good and want to play in the sun, and instead I'm like, don't want to do anything. So we are activated. I filed and buffed off camera, and now we're going to get into the decals. So I'm going to use the Nailed It sticky base. You can use any kind of sticky base you want. You can use a gel base. I've done it with gel base. Gel base works just fine. I cure it for like 30 seconds and then go in. But this is my preferred method. It's like a foil glue basically. Actually, it works better than a lot of air dry foil glues that I've used. For transfer foils, I think I have a video on that somewhere. I may or may not. I don't know. I'll have to look. If I can find it, I will link it so that you can check it out if you haven't seen that yet. But I put one layer of this on. I put a decent amount, as you can see, and then I let it sit for 5 minutes. I don't know if everybody does that. I don't know if you have to do that. For me, I have just found that if I let it sit for 5 minutes, it's super tacky but no wet, and it just works so good at applying the decals. So as you can see, I'm going to set my timer so that I don't mess up and do it early. I've got my water out. I've got my decal. I'm going to put it in the water. I let these sit in the water for 25 seconds. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the shape of the decal is a lot different than the decals in the past. And I love this. Yes, it's going to be a little bit big for the pinky nail that I'm about to put it on, but they fit the thumb so good, which I love because I always struggle with getting the decals to stretch from side to side on the thumbs, and sometimes even like the middle fingers, depending on the decals that I'm using. I had zero issue with these. They were perfection. Everything about her decals I've always loved, but this is just, for me, it's a game changer. It just makes the decal perfect. Perfect. I have nothing else to say about it. It's just perfect. So I do show you guys me applying the other two decals, but I don't show you guys me putting them. They all went in the water. They all went in the water for 25 seconds. I just kind of cut that part out just because once you've seen one, they're all the same. So I'm going to show applying all three decals, and then I'm going to show how I clean up all the decals, but only on one nail. Just because, again, once you've seen one, you've seen it all. They're the same. And I've definitely done this in past videos, but just in case someone is new here or you're still struggling with decal application, hopefully this will help you guys out. Obviously, it's a little different than if you were doing it on your nails, but I do have videos on that as well because I have done a lot of decals on my nails. So I'm going to take a quick breather. I will be right back when I'm done with the cleanup, and I'm going to let you guys listen to some music for just a few minutes. I'll be right back. So after I cut off all the excess decal, I go over with one layer of activator. I do a good amount, but not too much. Wait for that to dry. You'll know it's dry because the nail won't be tacky anymore. And then I just kind of press it down. This will help anything that's not laying perfectly flat, lay perfectly flat. I may have like a wrinkle or two in one of them, but it's so unnoticeable. And then I go in with one layer of, this is top coat, but you can use base coat. I typically would, but I'm using an old top coat. And that will seal in the decal so that it's nice and protected. And then I go around and I just kind of do any kind of finish filing. This is kind of a quick process because I already cut the excess off, but you know, if there's anything left hanging down, just clean up those underneath of the nail tip really well so that there's nothing like gonna show or bother me or anything like that once I apply them to my nails. And once I am done with this, then I will do the other two off camera and then we'll top coat. So that is it. Super easy. I mean, it does take a little bit of work, but they're so easy, and it's like the best way to get nail art, especially if you can't draw like me. I mean, I can somewhat, but not when I try it on nails. That's a whole nother story. Okay, so we're gonna do our 2 layers of activator, and then we're gonna let this sit for 2 minutes before we get into the first layer of top coat. I don't know what I'm gonna do in my next video. Do you guys have any suggestions? I was thinking that I might do some stamping with my, and then do like almost kind of reverse stamping, except you do it on the nail with my watercolor paints. Would you guys be interested in that? Or do you guys have any suggestions of something you guys would like to see? Hopefully, well, the way the week's going, I don't see any reason why I won't have another video up. I probably won't be in my nail room doing nails every single day just because that's a lot for me right now. Although it is the coolest place to be because I actually have AC in there and I do not have AC in where I live. So maybe I will go in there just to be in the AC because like I said, it's going to be a hot week. I think Wednesday is supposed to be like 98 degrees. I'm not ready for that, but fortunately, it's pretty dry here. We're not very humid, so the heat doesn't feel as hot and sticky. So that's a bonus. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready for the heat right now, or that heat. I don't mind like the 80s. I prefer the 70s. If it could just be like 72 degrees all year round, that would be like my perfect climate. But of course, I live in a place where it's not that. In fact, we have winter like 9 months out of the year. So I don't know why I live here, but I love it. I'm not complaining. I swear, I love it. So we're wrapping up. We're doing our second layer right now. And our first layer was 3 quick swipes. And then we waited 1 minute. We went in with our second layer and we just kind of coat that nail really good, cap the free edge. And then I always let these sit for like 10 minutes before I even touch them. They're usually dry quicker than that, but if I'm doing them on my nails, I'm not quite that patient. But when I'm doing them on press-ons, it's easier to have a little more patience. I can kind of clean up and do some other things while they're getting 100% dry, and then take them off the nail tip stand, and like magic, boom, on my nails. I did end up gluing both of these sets on instead of using the sticky tabs because I do plan on wearing them for the week, which they're longer than I thought they were going to be. I don't know, on the nail tip stands, they didn't look very long. And then I put them on and I'm like, whew, these are long. The scent I decided to use, I think it was honey almond and honeysuckle. This one is honeysuckle. It's so good. Oh, so good. I know that I've said this before, but if you guys have not tried Nailzinacoffin Crypt Serum, why? Why? It's my favorite. I literally don't use anything else anymore. I love it so much. I put it on multiple times a day. And if you haven't tried their decals, again, why? They're so good. Okay, that wraps this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will join me for the next one. Please have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for supporting me. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.